Emmondo gy'ebintu girinnye biki nga tufunye all the right reasons lwagina okwesigambako okujjako President Museveni ne tugamba naye tugende mu activism abantu tukunga abantu beigwe ku nguudo tutwala obuyinza tuva mu Buganda narrates ezaaliwo 29 tukaletera 2011 nga mulina ensonga eziwera the ground was right tutwalirawo obuyinza.
Tukwitato amaru tunakanisa Apollo Dolopiko kele atata itikemke Jora imesh records amuria Musumato Sabula Ejenge kolime Kade keita itengo Tikole ngatwana Kade keita itengo Ejenge babakane Kade keita itengo
People, welcome back here to another exciting episode of this program. This is Teso Vibes. Teso Vibes on Facebook, Teso Vibes on YouTube, Teso Vibes on Twitter. If you're new here, please go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit on that bell icon to see notification whenever we upload a video. In this program, we host different celebrities in the world of entertainment, could be in politics, in agriculture, finance. We even bring you motivational speakers in essence that these stories may inspire you or me. The person who's outside there watching me could be inspired by these stories, so that's why I bring you these stories. So I thank everyone who watches our videos and keep sharing them. Please share, and let it reach to everyone. On the program today, we have quite an interesting gentleman. He is a very funny man. He's a radio personality. He is a father. He is a comedian. And he's a very celebrated person. We want to know the story of this guy. How did this start? He's going to take us through the whole of his life story, his life journey. Yes, let me introduce to you to my guest tonight. He is called RCC Dolopiko. He'll tell us why he's called RCC. Yes, boss. How are you?
I'm cool.
Yeah, very good.
I'm very ngatama it.
Ijo porotongo nira rijo araibo just lo ekolorego porotongo araibo.
Mama jasikaru.
Jasikaru. Karu ni masaibo.
Puma mga pera itun. Konya jini ngochut boy I've lived.
So imalawaje tungabere wakitunga.
First and foremost, all our subscribers and our viewers tonight. My name is RCC Dolopiko. I want to be very appreciative and say thank you so much for viewing on this. And I want to say that it's quite a very, very big, interesting time with me and the Teso Vibes family, Muria TV, what and what so forth. But I am very cool.
Yeah, one introduction. Musei Dolopiko mona lopeta alomo. So Dolopiko, why RCC Dolopiko? Why RCC? Why that name RCC? What does it mean?
RCC is Sarakinebu. Those are the initials. So it is Sarakinebu, a Kotama Regional Comedy Commander, depending on the deployment.
Now, what did you get the title on? Who gave you the title?
A title on Ajapa can I do a Peseka Nanyaritai, Pesananyaritai, Apollo, Patricia, and Rono Uganda and Angegumi. Or kickboxer. Very good. A packing in Jesus Kumi, Boys Navaka, Secret Heart, Ajasi, General Sinadia was General Peter Luelu. Ajaibodo Bekata tight da Andrew Sorwen. So it happened that time. Yanga Ejakait Lanyarta called Israel. PC Fortune Buto in brackets.
Rest in peace.
May soul rest in peace. Nyesi Adumnenge Kilorungon RCC Dolopi RCC. But in first place, Anyarawengo Padorifics.
So apparently you are from Padorifics to RCC Dolopiko.
I changed from Padorifics to Apollo Dolopiko earlier because I was named by my brother, my son, my friend, my teacher, my mentor. Jaka itngolenya Risa Fortune Buto. Ngesa Mike Nongekiro Dolopiko, but it was only upgraded by RCC Apollo Dolopiko that day when Apollo was fighting.
Okay. So take us back by recon life kaunge na. Kwa nibigea unajo aurun kwa ni Dolopiko. Kwa nesa dite. How was he? Tell us.
Ara a very humble man. Omine deke.
Abi chalongon and like roots abi yas roots ngon. Abi chalo.
Arenge uriatalo akiror Janet Leia papaka olupota Lucius. Ochalo alo Kumi from Kumi municipality, Kumi district, Southern Division, Otipe ward.
Tipe. Yes name. Lo mtraja ajakatlo. So ekonwa kidompu sangina kere.
Kere totoka elo mutongero dodo duko eno skido klinike. Otipe.
So take us through Dolopiko ngone when he was young. Baby, oh, was he?
Still, I believe I started being funny when I was in the stomach. I peta mojongo.
Ahora ni wali amojo iko kuye nimeja round a comedian.
Donge sabala be bole koka ko ekwa be jeru.
Uta pete.
E utige kavio. Ajiyo songo kada mwete.
Kore alamu ni roka pake.
No, ejesa le nyami amojongo e poti nyama tako eke ko samo ete kabe kese gate nyam. Ai lanyengo. So it could lead to a fight.
So Dolopiko, shobiti by you.
From P1, Arereji Nasari, there 20 P7, I show me taking the Pesomero Nyara Kumi or Tipe Primary School.
Nyoni Otipe.
At Sorenga to court, and on a Sangara Kitty Muna, some marking guides so subjects scrapping at science majorly, Amsugun, Nepepeka SST. Reading was a pass by because it was not subject to me. Dodo Bon had a problem, yes, I'm
I am married to you.
I was 64, 70.
Konya Musugun SST
95. Let's talk about 95.
I'm marking guide
In 2005, I sat for my PLOE.
You know, Tipe Primary School.
Primary school.
Always we are like
Abwenge biror.
Hey,
Abwenge biror.
Amasaibo.
I got something where nepen and 9 lamar. And 9 lamar. Because my father was a very big man, legit person, said, you know, you can't go anywhere with the mathematics and 9. Bongo in P7. Performed very well. I got 17 finally in 2006. Wow. Before that, Dolopiko, a family where I come from, I want to tell someone outside there watching.
Yes. You who is watching us, this is Teso Vibes. If you're new, please go subscribe to our channel. We are still having RCC Dolopiko. He's taking us through his life story. Yes, Dolopiko.
When I was a young person,
yes, please.
I had very much trauma. All the time I was seeing fightings between my mother and my dad. That thing haunted my lifestyle. I felt so bad. I couldn't touch my father back, though my brothers could beat him back. But all in all, I used to suffer that. From nowhere, Eluluki, that thing pained me. I come from a family by then which was suppressed by domestic violence. 24/7, EGO's Papa Katoka Chelasi.
It could really affect the child also. Yes, when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers.
Yeah. So now, I was wise in class where, yes, but unfortunately, that was the thing. But my father, after getting saved, changed. Ajango primary, my father used to tell me that to Shomo Joko, 2 Bidumjo Division 2, Division 1. I'm taking you to Ngora High School, Teso College Aloet, Rock High.
Some of the top schools in Teso.
Yes, and Budo girls.
Girls,
something of Budo sort. I don't remember.
Budo SS.
Yeah. So now, my father, when I was in P6, Papa started this behavior of getting other girlfriends, actually woman friends. He got a woman. I know her. She's still existing. She bewitched him. Man, Papa Kaitaibo Bashoman, Bale priority in the universe.
Oh, so it affected your education?
So now, even the promises he had made that if you passed in Division 2, Division 1.
Ngora High.
Ngora High, Budo SS. By the time I started for my examination, he was very happy when I failed for the first time. I went back to school, never lost hope. When I passed in Division 2 and I was the first. Others, the first one who followed me, I got 17. The other one got 19, the second one. All the head teachers were very appreciative of us, but that is Opado. Because those are my biological name, Opado Julius, fully.
Yes.
So when I now sat in for my when I was supposed to join my O level, my father was deeply in love with this woman.
Okay.
He looked at it he looked at joining senior as he was looking at it as if it was committing suicide. Mama Kota Ipup, my cousin, is the one who escorted me to pick admission in Bishop Maraka College just now in year 2007. Term 1 I studied, I used to foot from Otipe village up to Bishop Maraka College.
By the way, is still Bishop Maraka. I can't manage.
Bishop Maraka College, that is southern, northern division, something of sort. As you're heading to Ongino.
Yes, but like on the Ongino. Teverio, you are new. I alosta kejanyo no tipe. Tony Kwapo na Niniparan for the full year.
Not full year, first term.
For a one term, eh? Wow.
I never performed well because of footing.
Yeah,
in my term 1, my father did not even pay a half of the school fees that was needed at school. Term 2, my uncles advised me that come to Nyerorokai School, at least here we can maneuver. Term 2, I went to Nyerorokai School with a debt in Bishop Maraka College. They gave me a report card because I was very brilliant with other things. Bribery, that was my work. So now, when I joined Nyerorokai School, that is 2007, second term, I did everything I could see to make sure that I will beat my opponents at school. But all in all, my father never paid tuition. He said the school is for is in your mother's parents' land, and indeed Nyerorokai School is located in my mother's place. He said even the teachers are from your mother's clan. What else do you want? Why do you want to pay school fees? Yeah. I told him that school is run by different bodies. He said, no, I can't pay. Go and study. That's your mother's home. During the time of sitting in for papers, nobody could give me opportunity.
Because I'm not paid the school fees.
Paid school fees. I've studied for 4 months, but I'm not sitting in the final examination, end of year term exam. So now, it suffocated me highly.
That was the second term.
It made me feel so diminished, as if I come from a family which is headed by poverty. Yet my father had enough things that could pay my school fees. Term 2 got done, I came back home. Term 3 happened, I went back, still sat in for DD or attended classes. But the other woman, Nairoma Papaka, also comes from Nyero. Used to go and tell my dad, oh, we saw your son is a singer. I'm a kapunu Teso video about booking a singer.
Was it true?
Not even was it true. That was a really Lugambo. Of basing on no facts, that thing tortured me.
Hurts.
So now, sir, at the time I went back, attended classes, sitting in examination, I was again chased because I didn't have a clearance. I said no.
That was a promotional term, Kwana.
Yes, I said no to education. I came back. I almost ran mad.
So where do you go?
2008, I was hustling in the village. 2009, my brain went on jam.
So those are 2 years you were off.
It froze. I went to the swamp. I lived in the swampy areas from morning to morning. When I come up, I feel like seeing my dad is a problem to me as Dolopiko. I said, no, what can I do? People could visit me in the swamp. No, you're a very young man. Come back home. But I didn't know what was making me run mad. If my father is setting off from home to look for me in urban area, I was in urban, that's a swamp. To look for me in the swamp, before he leaves, I'm seeing him. When he comes to where I am, by that time I will have left that place and I'm in a different location.
How were you living? How were you living there? Because you need to eat. What? Could you eat?
I used to eat in a very funny way. I come call I used to akoko iborol podidikamun, and that I think that akoko is not recorded by God because one, it was petty theft. Akoko I carried I tola, I root muogo, I pay or samaya.
Ijara for it to survive.
Push life.
Okay.
Yeah. One time I happened, my brother cousin
Bro.
Came to the swamp, talked to me as a brother, told me, Dolopiko, no, you need to come home. That is 2009 I'm talking about. I went to home. When I went to home, his place, not my dad's location.
At your brother's place.
Gave me opportunity of selling his shop. But because of the business language born in me, I managed. We made sales.
Good.
It was like a supermarket in a village.
And he appreciated you?
He appreciated, promised me back to school. Then that promise of back to school never came to pass. I had now reconciled with my father and my dad. Forcefully, I went back home because of that promise delay. When I went to home, I saw stay geri peleko misiri netunga. Umucheri no maido koda.
Polo kutoso chalo gente asa somungen. Yituza tu munepelo omusida kapun. Yes.
Exactly. So now one time, I saw swama etie about 35 kilometers away from my village. I happened to meet a man called Ogwang and Igua.
Ogwang and Igua. Are they still existing?
Those are businessmen based in Kumitown.
They're still living?
They are available. Okay. Ogwang and Igua told me, oh, young man, how are you? Because of my being familiar to every face I meet in the first place.
You could easily make friends. So.
Can you come and join us in town? We can give you some work. I said, it's okay. I was very happy. Now we are talking about 2009. Yes, I went to town. They gave me work. I but because of the chest now I had a chest problem. I couldn't do it. They changed me from a chuma to a bakery. I know me Tunubero. I know me tenga Tunubero town alu kumia. I'm a bachelor in that. I know me Tunubero. Because of my English and my level of education, at least the people who were employed were all dropouts of maybe nursery. I started speaking fluent English when I was 12 months old.
Yes.
Yes, fluent English. Because I could.
So that was your first time in the town, Kwana?
In the town.
2009.
2009.
Did you think about going back to school?
It was not in my mind. I never had it because now the hustling in town can never remind you of. But you have tested ready money. You can. So I was staying with those of Candyman. With our,
the musician, eh?
Yes. With our, because that is now family. When I talk about Candyman, is family.
You related to him.
Totoke, Keratoke, Jaji and Arwana, and I showed it. Totoke, Keratoka, same mother, same father. Secondly, all of them are mothers.
So hello, pet.
So I was staying with them in the household and Omenga Mugati, Abongoring, and now we had a brother who was paralyzed by then. The late Okui David, may his soul rest in peace. No, Mr. Mugati or DT Road, and I make a chopper, I go with it home. Nesi Inyamwe, a family for breakfast. That was part of life. Bus.
So isimanyi otown bongolo lyo ochalo arebo abjeto jo.
Staying now with those of Candyman, you know, Wiggins teachers quarters. Okay. Dunyikeda Mr. Molly's residence by then.
Yes.
So Ibo had also, I said, if this is the life I'm supposed to live, God, thank you. Because I was not having problems, I was comfortable with it. So now, it happened that there was a time. By that time now, I was elevated from a mere baker, a mere bread maker to a manager of the what? Bakery.
Yes.
By getting on another baker.
And work on is some
Yeah,
so hard working.
Hello, pengen on naba. Yeah. So, Naba Samuel Ngon was my best friend in that town because he was my first employer. It came time na koto reja kaiti Ngon leboete kene Ngo, my brother who passed on. Reja kaiti was wanted in Kampala. The family dad, Papa Kima said, no, Dolopiko, Upadorifics, escort me to Kampala. You're going to take care of who? Your brother. We went up to Kampala. Yeah, I now left. Yes, I left that life. Okay. I went to Kampala.
How was life there?
That is now year 2010. But 2009, I settled up at Tomontare and did. We stayed in Kampala. When I went to Kampala, I started hustling still. Because this one was a patient, I was staying with him alone. Agwela Narzanga, I'm Muchoga.
Aibo.
O Kampala, I was staying in marching the roundabout. Hey. Because we're staying in that.
Is it around Chibuye? Chibuye.
Chibuye. That roundabout.
Yes.
I stayed there with my brother. Even that young man called Savon of Emuria TV now.
Wow. Big up Savon. Savon is behind the camera. One love Savon. He's one good friend of ours.
When he joined us, we said the life must continue. Sometimes I could be selling apples with those of Vincent and Tony.
I
had crammed. Sabita now apple, Sabita now Mchuga wali. Abantu never maraya naja unagula na never sekanyo.
Say crown bitano itano. Don't buy kwatana. Gwepa balance wange.
Mpa nene kumbiri so compare apples biri so compare balance.
Wow, that's a real hustle.
Lukumi balance way. I even went up to the extent of one time I sold the nanasi. I sold a sukai. Hey, that was life.
Oh, I sold a sukai.
A sukai of Kampala. There was a guy who could bring a sukai. Then when he wants to go and meet his girlfriend, he tells me that I leave my brother, I go to the market. Yeah, 2010.
That's life.
This gentleman called the Candyman.
The one you were saying with the Kumi?
Yeah, my brother.
Your brother.
He had joined us in Kampala, but he came back to the village. He released his song. Called Kayas, Nyeskeda David Spider.
Kayas.
2010, it happened that my stepfather, the brother to my father, died in 2010. Olapalo showed it.
That is your uncle.
It's my uncle, according to other tribes. Yes. So now, when he died, I was given a call. You need to come and bury your father. It took me a while. I came now after he was buried. That's when I joined him. But when I reached the village, Dolopiko, that is, you are the one who sang Ekayasi. Because of the voice. Yes, it was me who sang that song. So everyone was appreciating. But I said, maybe, do I have the art of singing in me? I lived in my village. But still by that 2010, my family was still suffocated by domestic violence. I got home when my mother was not staying again together with my father. She had already left.
So who was home by the time? It was only that.
My brothers, the ones who follow me. The Muse was home. But my brothers were home. Yeah, with him, my mother was no longer there. So my mother stepped and she was with her family in Nyero with the younger siblings of mine. So now, I said, but this is quite cool. What do I do to bring my mom back? I tried on phone, but it was hard. Elejo Chalo by then. I know Mama Tapali, I'm from Kampala. I claim to be weak. But the poverty is forcing me to
do it.
So I had to learn. In 2 days, I had already known how to what?
I know Mama Tapali.
So I made bricks. With them. But gambling had already inherited my life. So no matter Matapali, no matter kapun swali okay. No marka kapun titingari jara belt billy nyakuji kapun ogeoba from where like that. So now
gambling share gambling Kampala.
No, it's a land gambling in the village. Yeah. So now I said, but this is it. This is really life. But my father one time told me that, oh man, I took no man. Amanya aduko ino sako ni power pakera amanya lo aturikon. I told him yoda atwakati ku aturikon kere nyoma mjodi konya yi itwana.
Inu like rawe.
Achela inos. Barabo nyo record bali koti yang atwana. I told him bonbe eturo bere ngaji ora papaka. Onyo do ora papaka, oloto do ora papakon. That's life. That was a simple argument because I think he understood that I deserve to be his son, and it's the reason why God made me his son.
Yeah, you stayed.
Yeah, we stayed. Now we went with the hustle. My brothers could embarrass me because they were good in making bricks and making money. So I turned those things. Because they think they're the ones who are catering you. I just lost hope of life. But one thing, I was in talks with my mother. My mother agreed to come back home. After a while, I now made very many problems in the village. If you abuse me because I was frustrated because of my poverty state, I beat you. I beat you. I ran up to 3 cases in the village. All the cases, they want one. If I don't appear on the case to hear for the hearing of the case, Ochalo nepen LOC1. Aramanga chamuna attending a LOC1. A kote ni assaulting at an kote bunye. Papa care, not a bunyan doing una loshar, the ritamanangon. Yes, I learned that one. I couldn't go for a land when I was in the stomach. So now, after getting those 3 cases, I decided to leave village. That's now year 2012 because 2011 is when my mother came back. 2012 I went Nyero now. I went to Nyero to 12 officially. Ola pala toto adore bro toto la pala tomontado 2010. Bukiangina I went to her place. So boy ngangina I joined us from na igura cement. Onyero. I gura mingling cement.
I mixing mochanga.
I mixing a borengo netiona swamu ngeni katwan. Inyali tanga simit tona ngabet agiona vibrating. I reb.
Already ka was nyamya parat.
Ilukumini kanyari. But I was staying with my grandmother. Ilukumini kanyari ngun. Ilukumit ara keso me video kele dope chapati. Ilukumit
video
ari ilukumini but video I was no longer paying. Ilukumini kan I have to keep ara ilukumindi. When I less okay.
Yeah, so tatangada nkini saving ai.
Tatangade kapun ngun.
That was good, even saving.
That is 2012. Ola palo etomoneta dope. Actually, when I was mingling a cement, my team are guri anga cimentara ma because sika mansion sika ika builders enga jai aswam because I used to make fun for them. Yebu abos nisage onenga igurinyo esimite jaka itingone bugondo kere.
Usialaje ukwe.
Siala ngokui Keda opakala bako Timi Sagara.
So is it where you started seeing yourself in comedy?
Yes, but no, I saw myself in comedy, but I couldn't believe that I can do comedy. Long time. So now, that time, started enjoying the fruits of comedy. Because tungai gurasimiti bo ejo, at the end of the day, you're also getting what? Money. You've not done any work.
But you're just making them laugh.
Yes. So now, one time, there was a debate in Nyarok High School. Awio Benson was the head teacher. And the motion was, if a girl who is studying gets pregnant, she must stay home and leave what? Academics. And it was organized by FAWE, Forum for African Women Educationalists. And the
NGO
was in Nyarok High School.
So were you invited?
I was invited by the HP, Ogire Philip.
He knew you.
He knew me that I have the potential of making crowds laugh.
Hey.
And visitors were Baganda. Most of them were Baganda and the Sabine. I said, oh, I have to attend this. It was Nyarok High School versus Mukura Memorial College. I went there. They struggled to make sure that I perform. But no one gave me opportunity. Because of my look, you know, Iraja Twani Gura Simit Sultan. If you want to become a milimil, or Dolopiko people is auto. Nara ne ingadina simit for centuries. Ne. I know Alemar because of now. So by then Ajay. So the man, it was Achut Geoffrey, who was MC. Achut Godfrey, the teacher of CRI. The man had refused me to perform completely, but the children forcefully made me to what? I went and made my comedy
within the crowd
in line with the topic of what? Discuss.
So, you were making your comedy while the discussion was going on, or in the around the children?
The debate was done. Now they were getting what? Actually, how I performed after the debate, they wanted me to be the break for me to go and perform. But when I realized that the teacher who is emceeing is not believing in who I am, I said, no, I have to raise up my hand and act like a participant in the comedy in the debates angle. I went and gave my joke in line with the topic, with the motion. Actually, in debate is a motion.
Yes, emotion.
I saw everyone dying in laughter. I believe that my small English is strong.
You're so confident.
I made that joke to the point that when I came and sat, the teacher called me. First come, no, deputy first bring for me that guy. I went to Benson Awio, my first time to greet Awio, to greet a head teacher using my bare hands. Yeah, tell me more about you, asks Awio. Told Awio,
Give him your story.
I am Padorifix, come from Kumi town.
So by then you have called yourself Padorifix.
Padorifix. So now the guy told me that, are you a student here? No, I'm not a student here. I'm ex-student. I was here in 2008. Is when I dropped out decisively. He said, okay, but do you wish to study? And yes, I wish. As we were jazzing, the teacher who was emceeing now developed interest and called me back again to what? To perform. I cracked the jokes. I believe Mr. Wio Benson by that time gasped. A wee t-shirt, Mr. Wio.
Yalama.
I saw him dying in his double-seater, a sofa set. I saw the
guest of honor.
The guests who were brought from far, outside the district, from different regions in Uganda, laughing, and they were believing that this guy is a real comedian. When I came back, Awio still called me and told me, I want to give you education. Okay. Come and study on my scholarship. I jubilated. I was very happy. I was excited. It's only unfortunate that I started copying notes When I was home busy copying notes, a report came. Awio Benson has been transferred from Nyerok High School to Oyam district.
Oh, Munari Danin.
I had studied what? Copying notes. So I said, God, you want me back in what?
School.
I have to go to school. The first time I called my mom, Totona again, Somero, you see what happened? I know my enemies are now happy. Those who don't wish our family well are very happy. But send me some what? 60,000. She sold her cassava and paid my what? First term. I went direct to senior 2.
Because it's your senior 1.
Yes. I said even if I didn't get a report, but I studied in senior 1, I can't repeat.
School, you went to Nyeros?
Yes, I went back to Nyerok High School. And I had a very good friend, Mr. Aogon. My best friend, a teacher, not an MP. So I was now in Nyerok High School, busy studying. I had friends I already made, the likes of Magor Mandeta. I said, but this is very good.
So you went up to which class in that school?
Term 1, I beat all the class members. You count that range from 2008.
And you're off coming from Hasso.
I beat my colleagues in geography. I got the distinction 1. They couldn't believe in me. And I speak geography up to now about the Tennessee Valley Authority, the establishment of the Tennessee Valley Authority. How was that Tennessee Valley area? There was a lot of floods. The mosquitoes were in. They had testified the area. The geography, I speak geography and work through geography. That's why we have that.
You were there for which class?
Now, I was in Nyerok High School. First term was paid by mom, senior 2, 2013. Yes. Term 2, I go to work. I was called to go and to make fun in a bright future.
That's a primary school.
Paid 30,000 by Mr. Pule, the director. And during my stage performance, students, better peoples, and parents, because it was an NGM, had given me money. I went and cleared my term 2.
So you're working. You got your school fees for second term from that gig.
That was me. That school had organized their AGM in the first term, but my mom had already paid what? My first term. So I paid my term 2 in advance because I had hope of life. That tomorrow they will demand me school
fees. A wonderful story. This is Dolopiko RCC taking you through his life story, and we are still with him on Teso Vibes. Teso Vibes on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Go and search for Teso Vibes. So Dolopiko, your story is really long, but let's try to move faster here.
That story is long, and it's the
can't even spend a whole day.
Why I'm bald. Now, in my term 2. I started footing from, if I heard that there is a ceremony when I was living in Ngero Center. But if I heard that there is a ceremony in Atiar, I will foot.
So that you get an opportunity to perform?
To perform when I'm
free.
Performing.
For free?
For free. I am talking about for 3,000. For 3,000. Now, I could move even up to Ogoma, Alapata, Aguru,
just to make your name,
Olilim, to build a career. Not again to make a name. Making a name also had already happened. Now a career.
A career kwa nangon.
Yes.
Comedy career. An MC.
So it happened that there was a vice chancellor tournament in Kum University. I was officially invited to go and make fun and as well do some commentary.
There you were paid? I
was paid 80,000 in total for 2 days. That was a big sum of money. I cleared my school fees with comedy. Wow. Yes. Again, IDI.
That's an organization in Kumi.
Had already given me platforms in 2012 with their end of year party, Christmas party for children.
They could MC their events.
Then they pay you 10,000, 20,000. The list was 10,000, maximum was 20,000. But I never kept off. That's why I appreciate the IDI family. Even when I was with Nyerok High School, IDI could still call me for sensitization. I used to move with them during the campaign of feeding children at school.
Part of their team.
An artist called Stephen Destiny
From Ngora.
who exists. Nyero, he's from Nyero.
Hey, I thought the guy is from Ngora.
He's just my neighbor. No, he's from Nyero.
Why does he put himself in Ngora?
No, he doesn't even base in Nyero. If you have ever heard him in Nyero, maybe went for other things.
No, like Ngora. Like he's always in Ngora. I thought he's from even Ngora.
No, he has some program he runs in Nyora ISA radio. That's why you maybe visit him there.
Okay.
Yeah, even right now, he must have sat in for his examination in Kum University, located in Nyero. So I had already built my career through that. People loved what I do. Actually, everyone in this world loves nature. If you're naturally talented, people appreciate you a lot. My fee after 2000, when I joined school now, was 10, 20.
The payment.
Before I joined school, my fee was Sirerengedeke. You have talent.
God bless you, my son.
Yes, you have talent. God bless you. That was my pay. By then, I said, Lord, if these prayers, they always say to me in this world, I believe they can come up to heaven. That's how I ended up building that career. In 2013, actually 2013, I was in senior 2. Senior 3 first term, I paid my tuition for term 2. My sister called me to go to Kampala. I went to stay again to reunite with my cousin family, those of Martha, Irene, Savon. So I went and studied in Lugazi.
So senior 3. But they always nyakara lemit lo iporochali nyakara kwa papo nyakara yako hapo.
No, I am a darling everywhere I go. I am God favored. So when I went there, they gave me opportunity to study in my senior 3 term 2. I aspired as information. I wanted entertainment. They told me entertainment will cost you money.
You got for information?
I went for information.
Prefect
in Risa High Standard Academy. Risa Standard Academy. That's in Lugasi, behind Cable Corporation. My friend Savon went for some position, I don't remember. And I never performed well.
At school?
At school, I got 9s in a remix version.
There were very many.
I had about 17 9s. So now, my big man Savon said, no, can we go back to Teso? I came back to Teso. Savon remained in Kampala. I came back up to Nyero High School.
One term?
Yeah, after one term, that's actually term 2, term 3. I came back for my senior 4 back Nyero High School. They permitted me.
We just started.
When I was in my senior 4, I hated revising books because I believe that if a teacher is teaching and I'm attentive, then I develop love for that topic, it's a done deal.
How was that?
I recall that situation and that scenario. I passed by God's grace. Term 2, term 3 again, another jam happened. Now I am paying my school fees with my talent. I get functions.
You're now officially working.
Yeah, term 3, there was a project we were doing with IDI. That project took fully my attention.
And it was UNEB, year for UNEB?
It was a year for UNEB on my side. My uncle could laugh at Dolopiko, but Rivix, no, if you pass, I will give you 17 acres of land to put a school. I told Uncle Kololong, you will not manage me, I will pass, you will lose that land. When the results came, actually when I sat now, we were shooting that movie called Wasted Future.
It was also, a movie.
With IDI. I have a big role. I am acting as a sub-county chief. I had no time for books. Children in maybe practicals, preps, I have no time. I said I have to pass, whether they want it or not. But I'm not what? Going to school. But I could still an hour time. Sani kanyang onula tipuruch. 3 a.m. I'm in class reading. By the time those children come for earlier dawns,
Oh, you're done.
I'm done. I'm leaving. Even if it was 20 minutes I've read. I've understood the topic I've read. I'm home. I sat in for my examination. One time my physics teacher told me, if Dolopiko passes, I will pay for his full semester if he goes to university, if he goes for a course, if he went to HSC, I will pay for his first term, including the requirements. He is a quasi student. I told my teacher, Engosha, you are a quasi teacher as well. How dare you come and what? Put line marks on someone's academics. Why are you putting for me limits? I have a right to pass.
Yes, what happened? What were the results?
But when he said that, after that statement, I told him, when you come to class, if I take 30 minutes, it will be 10 minutes seated, you go back because we are going to fight. If you come, I also came outside, you can continue with teaching. And I told him, I promise I will never pass your subject. Even if you dug my brain and put your what? Your physics books, I will not go.
So you just hated him, naturally?
No, it was because it was a fight. But I also had the right because I never wanted him. I never wanted to read something that I will never understand. Physics is a hard thing about oscillation, but then the coins, what, that nonsense of talking about pendulum bob, what, Archimedes principle. That one I crammed that one. Archimedes principle states that when the body is wholly or fully or partially immersed in water, it will experience anapothrust, which is that one. I said if they bring that one, I've passed your physics.
But rest calculation.
Those calculation nonsense, it is none of my business. And it is at home. If you have a child who wants education, focus on that one. Leave the rest. Don't struggle. So I said, let me not struggle with the physics. Let me go direct and do other things. When I sat in for my examinations, results came when I had my beautiful girlfriend at home.
So there you are.
Lozera. I was with Lozera. The results have come. The MTN has sent me a message to check your results. Dial this. Send a message to this. I did that when I was going to buy my what? Meat. And I was buying a quarter of meat. A quarter. I bought it.
For the two of you?
A quarter. We were two. In fact, even neighbors are aware that I'm a selfish man. Now, I've sent the message to Neb.
Now that time of waiting. Tell me, how are you feeling?
I am now on my way. A message took long.
The heartbeat.
Until I reached where?
To the butcher.
To home now. I've already finished buying. I got Lozera busy mopping our floor, which has no carpet. She has already she has set fire. She's waiting for me. I came with food. I gave her food. I remembered that I sent a message. When I reached home, pop! The message came. Now checking the results, I'm freezing. I said, no, God, I have to check my results. These are my own results. I have to check. Oh! I opened. Then again, turned off the phone without seeing. Shut my phone down. You know this idol lousy phones?
Yes.
Shut it down. Then I said, no. But why must I fear? That is what I've sown. So I should read what I've what?
Yes.
Ibore ni wait jo. Ebedi riki nara sack. Ara read of him walking do muti right ya to aqua tauni. Look on. I said if I'm going to harvest my 99s, I have a right to harvest. Opening the message boldly. But with too much anxiety.
Opado Julius.
Opado Julius. Index number, I don't remember because again, it has nothing to owe me now. I went direct to the results. The first 3 subjects, I had history, I have Bala 5. I saw geography, I have 7. I said, God, thank you. So, God, thank you. I checked on mathematics, I have 8. And may God be a living God. I'm now bold. I check biology 8. And God, thank you. Checking physics 9. And I say, it is even necessary because my parents it's
okay.
It's okay. I moved further. I saw a test of 4. I saw English, I have 6. And may the living God be praised.
Physics, but we are 9.
Physics more than 9, and I had my
And you knew you would get it.
49 aggregates.
And you knew you would get it.
I had already confirmed the 9 of physics. Now I went back to IDI. I said, guys, I've passed. People could travel from Ongino, Mukongoro, Serere to come and see their children's results, but they are looking at mine at first. Dolopiko passed. Then meaning the examinations was very cheap.
It was easy.
Then they see their children who could read 24/7. They have 9s, 7 9s, 5 9s.
What happened?
My colleagues who could make a Kwamo Somero with me have 9s. Now I was waiting to see this man who is called the Mr. Onyai.
Wants to pay you.
Wants to pay my tuition. And I said, this man has lost. This is 1-0. And my uncle has also lost.
But did you give the land?
My uncle. To give me land.
That's what it is.
How can he give me land? The land I cultivate already. So now we met in the evening. I was moving in my Lozi by in town. Uncle asks, Apoti results, have you passed? At Tuben.
Yes.
About my baiting you. Engoba, Tuben over. About a Sabbath chat joy you never know. Results. A Sabbath chat joy you never results. I'm going to to beat. Chat one in.
Couldn't believe it.
I gave him the results you see. Man have a glory be to God. I couldn't come sirin. About auto cori, Nico Jokere. In fact, the Lamatan we couldn't only more than auto cori kere. My uncle has about 25 times Siri acres.
And indeed you said you were free to go.
Hey! Now comedy had reached to
so
its
peak.
Its peak now.
So you didn't go to A level.
If we're talking about geography, we were now in the Margarita level.
So you didn't
where
go,
there is magma up there.
At that point you didn't go to A level. You continued with your comedy.
I said, if I continue with the comedy, I will not be of a reason to the public. I should go to school. I came to look for my admission in. I applied in Umukat. I wanted to do journalism. I gave me 1.7 million.
Sponsorship.
I came, I was living like a teacher. I saw my teachers miserable. But because of comedy, I was smart.
I thought that was your tuition.
That is tuition, but it's too much. Because school alone needed like something like 1.3. So now everyone is very excited. Dolopiko passing, Dolopiko. Yes, passed. My Lozi was now was very happy because I've gone through. We enjoyed life. No condoms, but we were just fine. I said, this is real life. I'm in Umukat.
Sorry.
Yes, that is life. When I was actually in my final month, because after applying I was still in the village, I met my friend in town called Fortune Buto. Told me, Dolopiko, no, you don't need to stay in Ngero, come to town. Let's make money in town. We used to go to Marama, make fun, you be paid 30,000.
So that's how you connected with the Fortune?
I met Fortune during the day the government was reading, that Matiaka Saijaga was reading a budget. And I don't remember it was.
But you were at Umkat by that time?
No, it was in my last time of work. Actually, I had already applied. I was only waiting to join.
Yes.
So I was with Fortune in Kumi Hotel with Action Aid. Fortune says, no, Dolopiko, you need to come to town. Told him I can still be in town, but sleeping in the village. If you call Ngero a village, but Ngero is a very big town because it has nursery, secondary, even primary is there, university is there, even employment is there. So it's a big town.
Yes.
I joined Fortune. We made fun. He told me Dolopiko mentioning padorifics is a hard thing. Let us go with the name of old people. My friend, my father, the one I was named after, was called Opado Dolopiko. So why can't I use Dolopiko? If it is in English, Lodovic. If it is in Teso, Dolopiko. But that's a good name. That's how I turned
Dolopiko.
That name. we made jokes. Now people started inviting us.
And we could move the two of you.
Hey, functions. Some functions you're told that we are giving you 150 when you go after performance. If you got 50, that's the end of the day. No one will pay the balance. We moved, even if it was 30, you agreed with the person, someone wants to pay you 20 and the balance stays with. Said it's okay. We negotiated. The first time I got a big gig was when Robert negotiated for me, my brother Robert. Negotiated 310, I got cash, all. That's how I started, and that's how life moved on. In 2016, in 2015, I was invited for a protocol cup.
That's in Kumi.
In Kumi.
But then Among was still the MP.
King Brimo was the MP. Among was not MP by then.
King Brimo was the MC.
Among was
contesting.
Among was contesting.
But she lost that election.
So now King Brimo, who happened to be the main MC, connived with some guy. I remember him, he has a low voice when he's talking. Never allowed me to have a microphone opportunity. Whenever I try to hold the microphone, this one called Okui comes. Another Okui comes and grabs the microphone. You're making noise, you're taking people's attention. Yeah, but that's why people are happy. When food was served, it was through a coupon is when you were getting what? A meal.
Yes.
Brahimo was given 2 coupons. Brahimo gave a second coupon to a girlfriend. Left me thirsty.
And you missed the food.
I was thirsty, hungry. And with the worst part of it is when food is served, then you don't have access to it. The levels of sugars increases. There is no way. Obuno poko mere keda Brahimo, keda Isailas. This is my friend. I already told Brahimo poko mere what happened. Abungon keda Sailo, no, what do we do? I'm too hungry, I have no way to eat. He gave me 3,000 Silo. Algon Silas MP. When Algon gave me that, but this is Padorifics. What introduced that name Padorifics to the public was the video we shot in Kampala with the Sabon.
So that was your first comedy video?
It was shot by a phone camera, BlackBerry.
I remember the video was of the phone, I think, talking on phone?
Yes. I'm a remote can.
Yes.
So this is Padorifics. This is the guy who says I'm a remote can. Because Algon loves talent. But yes, what's the problem? I'm hungry. This guy was given 2 coupons. Akora kapa ekenyo, a coupon abeto. So I'm now hungry. When he gave me 3,000, I said, I have to buy something small so that I can spare transport. I now don't see my future in this town. Adora sala area mun keda kwilu Apollo kebakeje meeting home again. I went to home again. I'm making a konai Alomar. They will bring anything good from there to you. Remember, ilukumini unido jack na ngasala I bought a kipi. I bought a kirdi de sparing on 1.5.
Adoro tunat.
So that's how I came to meeting. Gone. Life continued. People believed that I am entertainer now. When I joined the Umukat, I started putting price levels with Fortune Buto. Unfortunately, 2018. I started crying of my stomach uniet of suspected food poisoning. Fortune Buto participated and told me, Dolopiko, no, come to Kumi, let me take you to the place. In 2016, he was also poisoned. So we went there. I went there alone. I was given time to vomit. I vomited the thing out. I moved on with life. Walaparo I kanyet. Fortune tells me, in the morning. I don't know what was the problem, and unfortunately, he died that day.
So rest in peace.
But we had come a long way, and I believe if Fortune Buto was available, the Mpamires, the Pablos wouldn't be disturbing me.
Teso.
Yes. That's how life. When I look into Teso entertainment industry, I am inspired by all the musicians we have. I look at
Talked about
Brother
man.
Mose.
Talked about.
The reason how I even got my Lozera, it was through Brother Mose. It took me to perform in the Pal Hotel. On Facebook, Lozera follows me. We started chatting. We ended up loving. King Featherman is a producer. He's the one who produced for me my first audio.
Yes. What is that?
Ilo ye muto
Ye muto.
alomara kwe epolo no chochot. So he inspired me.
Let me first take you back. I had some stories back there. You once a video joker, like. But you didn't talk about that.
2017, after me leaving Home Cat, is when I was called by some guy
Translating movies.
to go and translate movies. I beat Sultan hands down.
I
was in Ngora, E-Planet. I beat Sultan hands down. Whenever he puts a live show in Kumi, and I also have a live show, he wanted to prove it. When I put a live show there, he puts his. But the turn up for him was very low. And I used to do basically translating with comedy. And I want to tell you today, if Savon buys machines, I'm going back to video translation.
So you still want that job? You want to do that work?
It's
You have the talent.
me, whatever I experience, whatever I discover that I can do it. So long as I can do something, I have to do it.
Yes.
But when I start stealing, I will have to go and be robbing banks. That's what I want.
How like that one your umkat in Lomajo radio? What was your first gig on radio? Waibo? Is it voice Araibo?
I was, after me doing an advert with Dadie in 2013, I was called to Continental. I worked for 5 days.
Why 5 days?
It was hectic.
Oh.
Because I was given a morning show. I am a student. I prayed, I said, God, if this is the work you want me to do, I can continue with this program. And they wanted me to go and study in town. They shifted me to the evening show, night show. Worked with the Super Charlie, Akero Charles of Voice of Teso. I discovered that I have problems. Reaching home is a hard game. So I left that work. I went to concentrate on my what? Books. But my dream was still that I want to work either in a TV or in video or in a radio. So in 2017, I was with my boss in Ngora, translating movies. It was very good work. One time, enemies traced for me
In Ngora.
and stole my equipments. It was for recording video, translating videos.
Mix microphones, bro.
If we were not live on camera, I would have said the names.
You reserve the name for importance of.
But their reputation also remains good
I believe the person has had.
in the universe.
Yes.
But akoko etika boro, and God will punish them if I don't forgive them. But if I forgive them, God will what? Forgive them. When they stole those things, my boss spoke a lot of words. I said, but my madam was there. My madam came in front. When she came in front,
Machines.
what would have happened to my madam? She would be raped, or she would be beaten to death, or the thieves would have what? Ran. So God knows the reason why my madam went and got that the things were what? Already stolen. We tried to trace, we couldn't what? Get them. I said, but it is maybe God's what? Plan. So when the boss spoke a lot, I left there, went back to my own what? Village. But I'd already started partnership with the Teso family show music, whatever shows.
That is one of the biggest event that happens in Kampala. I think at the end of the year. Yes.
I was there.
Has been concluded.
It happened that I met one time during the Teso family show event in Pal Hotel. There was a gentleman who had traveled from Kampala to come and have fun in the village. The guy developed interest in me, said, no, you need to see what is the problem. What do you need to elevate that talent of yours? I told him this and this. One time he called me to Kampala. I was shabby. I ran to Kampala sharp. When I ran to Kampala, he met me, told me, what's the problem? Let's first go and do this. We went for a party that we never, first entertain those people, but don't bring corporate what? Comedy, those are corporate people. Of course, that is nature now you're talking about. God gave me a potential of entertaining those Toro people and Summit Resort. People laughed. After the event, we went home. He told me that in the morning, you came shabe to me. That's 250,000. Go and shave. I went and looked for a salon that could shave me at 3,000. I kept what? The balance. From the next day, he told me, what's the problem? You said you want a camera? Oh, yes. I went with the salon, looked for a camera. That's how what? Started shooting clips. May the Lord bless him. He knows himself. He knows himself.
Sitting in the Sadeke.
Yeah. So, I have been nurtured by poverty, by friends. I've passed through different hands.
He has done so many jobs. He has been a bakery, he has been potter, he has sold shoes. He has done almost every job.
I need to be given work in parliament to represent the hustlers.
He has done every hustling job. So what, Dolopiko, what is the future of our comedy in Teso? What's the future?
Now we are getting a TV. If the TV is not coming from Mukula, we are bringing a TV by ourselves. And I believe in God. It will happen. Where the comedy is going to reach. We have hosted the Mpamires, we have hosted the Pablos.
They have appreciated the work of Teso.
They have appreciated and they haven't felt diminished. They are very young to our talent. But because Kampala appreciates talent.
The reason and the most difference here, for us we don't cram. There's not much cramming here. Here it is stand up.
Stand up comedy. If you're going to the stage, you're facing your fans, you can't repeat a joke. Teso is Teso. We believe in new things every day and then. So I want to be realistic to where Emuria TV, Teso Vibes, one of you must bring a TV that we have to work together and build. We have talent now. Comedy is now super. Because we have very many people in the comedy bracket. Only that Teso doesn't appreciate talent. In Kampala, you see those people when they are performing in Kampala. Even on stage, they are given like $50, $100. But in Teso, you get coins, numbers of phones from girls. You get. But we have tried to shape Teso to that extent of loving what? What we do. And nowadays, they appreciate what we do. So I say that maximum respect to the Teso persons. Thank you for loving talent.
Those who want maybe to have Dolopiko in their events, how can they get you as an MC?
They have reached me on very many ways. And those who are willing, you can reach me on Facebook, comedian, Dolopiko RCC. Yes. And that's my page. You can also reach me on my contacts, 0784 2534 98. You can come to my workplace, Voice of Teso. It's in Haridas Road, the opposite flying school. That's another location. Or you can reach me through Emuria TV, or email opadojulius@gmail.com, or Emuria TV, or opadojulius@Emuria TV, but on my website www.emuriatv.com. And we have fun. Wow. The color of your event lies on the capability of the MC.
One day, the people told me that if you want to reduce the number of cows, take Dolopiko.
The in-laws will just change. That man has laughed. Of course, we said I'm a cattle. Two. You bring two. You
reduce even
to
one.
They can reduce.
To half.
I love Teso so much.
Thank you so much, Opado, for honoring our invite, and thank you for being part of the show. You who is there, you can watch these videos from Teso Vibes, our YouTube page. You can also watch them from Emuria TV. Thank you so much. I'm Sultan Ali, still from Teso Vibes. Yalamano. See you.
An advice to my Teso talented people. If you believe that you have talent, don't claim that you're higher than anybody. I've seen noise from Teso musicians. I've seen noise from Teso entertainers. We don't need to make noise. Do your work. Your work will prove you. Why I respect Clever Spider, he does his work and believes that he has done his part. He's not competing with anybody openly. He does his work as a human being.
Work speaks for himself.
He respects people. respect yourself.
Thank you so much.
Even the dress code. You see me? I believe that I am not smart, but the reason is one. I have children to take care of.
Yala to Kere, Sultan Ali here, represents. Thank you so much, Savon Media, one love. Yalama. See you guys.